Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. End your week the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by my friend, my brother, my partner, Sped Rock. What's going on, Sped Rock?
Just figured out our issue. StreamYard is having technical issues with Twitch right now, and it's causing streamers to go in and out. Boom! We just found it.
Oh, so it's a Twitch thing.
Oh, no, it's a StreamYard thing. It's not a Twitch thing.
Well, you said that they're having issues on
All right, either way, I'm doing good.
Hopefully everybody watching this on YouTube can see us and everything's going good. Sorry if you were in the behind the scenes for the past 30 minutes. We've had some technical issues, as you just heard. It's been kind of going in and out. But please, if you are watching on YouTube, go follow us over on Twitch, SP3DROCK on Twitch. You get 30 minutes behind the scenes where you get us watching, trying to figure out and fix all these technical issues when they happen. And plus, we just talk. We just kind of chill, talk about anything in life, not necessarily wrestling. We will talk wrestling if we need to, but pretty much anything going on we'll talk about. Tonight, it was pretty much why is Mike glitching and what the hell's going on. So that's what you get behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If you're over on Twitch, make sure you scan that QR code right there, right by my head, and go to youtube.com at _Big Mike 27 or the Running Wrestling Podcast. Give us a subscribe over there. And we will get started and say hello to some of the people that are in the chat. Carol over on YouTube. What's going on, Carol? Appreciate you coming in. We got Mike from the Kicking Out at 2 podcast. Make sure you check out the Kicking Out at 2 podcast every Tuesday night at 8 Central and Thursday night at 8 Central. So right after us, they will be playing Halo, I think, is what Mike said they were playing on Thursdays. And then they have a wrestling show on Tuesdays, so you can check them out. Make sure you check out. Let's see. We've got Coda in the chat. What's going on, Coda? Extreme Chick is in the house. The Great TC, one of our moderators over on Twitch. Appreciate you, brother. From the Cheap Seats FTCS podcast. Make sure you check him out over on his channel. And he's actually going to be on Point Taken this weekend, right? He was on last weekend, but he's going to be on this coming weekend too, right?
Yeah, he's got to make it out of the first round.
Yeah, he did get cut in the first round. Kind of a big upset. So, also our day one supporter, one of my best friends. Thank you, Lady Alpha, for coming in. Appreciate you. Let's see. Anybody else? I saw Isaiah in there somewhere. I haven't seen him chat or anything in a minute, and I lost part of the chat when I had to drop out. So, yeah, appreciate you guys coming in, and make sure you guys tune in. Or, like you see on the screen, and Mike said earlier, you may get cursed. It is officially the RunHausen episode as we predict NXT Vengeance Day coming up. Yeah. How you doing, man? I rambled on a lot, but how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm just chilling, waiting for it to finally dry out here so I can actually go outside and do some work. Yeah.
I hear that. It is it's actually been sunny here the past couple of days, so I can't complain. It's been sunny and warm. It's like 80 degrees today in Alabama. But rain is coming and it's supposed to get cold again.
I was gonna say that we're supposed to get back down in the lower 30s, upper 20s here soon. I'm like, come on. Good God. This March, man. Where's the 70s?
And Alabama had one of its
what's going on?
Alabama had one of its worst snowstorms in April of all times. So
yeah, that's true.
Long time ago. And there's Herb from the Herb Rush Podcast. Appreciate you coming in. Make sure you check them out every Wednesday night at 8 Central and on Saturday nights around 8:30ish for their Saturday night Unhinged show. Great podcast if you like college sports. And again, one of my best friends, Herb and Raj. All right. It's time. Let's see how we end the week the right way. Starting with hit the right down button with SmackDown last week. And Matt Cardona answers the U.S. Open challenge and comes up just a bit short. What'd you think of the match?
I loved it because Matt Cardona does not need the United States Championship right now. Should keep it on mellow and let him keep elevating it the way he is. This is one of those matches that it was one of those few matches that you're like, okay, cool. We're actually going to get something good, you know? And for a go home show, or yeah, I just enjoyed it. I know Stampede didn't. See, 6.25.
I mean, it was all right. I thought it was okay. I'm always a big Matt Cardona fan. I'm glad Carmelo won because I agree. I don't think Cardona needs a title right now. Let's let Melo keep going with it, keep elevating it, bring some of the younger guys up. I wouldn't mind seeing Cardona win it at one point. I would like to see him win some sort of title, even if he jumps over and goes the IC title, because I know he's won that one in the past, especially the ladder match from WrestleMania right before he left. So I'd like to see him win something, but I agree he doesn't need to win it right now. But the big one to talk about is we have brand new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And I know you weren't watching the show because you were at New Japan, but you had to smile a little bit when you looked at the news and you saw Lash Legend, your girl, is the Tag Team Champions. What'd you think? Have you been able to watch the match? And what'd you think of the decision?
Yeah. Oh, of course, I went back and watched the match. I was like, yeah, I got to watch this. Listen, Lash and Nia, they look good as a tag team. Everybody's like, oh, it's bullshit. When I saw, like I said, my phone died after I called Stampede while we were at New Beginning. And thank you for the follow. Damn, we're getting a lot of that tonight. But when I watched this match, and I got back home, I get my phone charged up. I go to sleep. I turn it on. First thing I see is Lash Legend wins her first WWE Championship. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? What did I miss? You know? And what title? Hold on, time out. What title?
So, Stampede, is this the highest rating you've ever given a match involving Nia Jax?
No, I don't. Maybe. I think this is actually better. I like this match.
7.25 for any Nia Jax match for Stampede is impressive. That's almost like a Meltzer 10.
That it is. That's crazy. What'd you think of it? I liked it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was a great match. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm glad to see Nia and Lash get the win. It kind of spoiled the next night for me, to be completely honest. Because as soon as Rhea lost the tag team titles, I kind of figured what was going to happen the next night was going to happen, which means I knew I was going to be wrong about my women's elimination chamber pick, which kind of irritated me. But the match itself was really good.
Very much.
Anything else on SmackDown that you want to talk about and go over? I know you.
I was looking at what he said. Yeah. No, I got nothing on SmackDown. Yeah, I was looking at what Herb said through the chat.
Yeah, he told me that too, because we had talked about it for a second, and he was like, it made his pick more confident because he had picked Rhea during our show, and then he even told me when she lost that he was like he thought it was even better for him. So, but that does lead us to Saturday night Elimination Chamber. You see it right there. King Herb puts his crown on the line against all three of us. And we will kick it off with the aforementioned women's chamber match. And yes, she lost the tag team titles, but she won a chance at the big title over on SmackDown. The women's world champion, Rhea Ripley, wins the Elimination Chamber after what I thought was a really good match. I talked about it on our post show over on Elimination Chamber on Saturday. So I'll let you describe how you thought the match went, and was Rhea the right decision?
No, Rhea was not the right decision. And yes, this was a great match. No, look, you have Asuka in there who can go really well with Jade. You have Alexa Bliss that can make Jade look good. You have Tiffany. We already seen that though, right? So there's a lot of Raquel could have made Jade look good. Raquel's been looking great lately, and we've been talking about splitting up the Judgment Day for freaking 2.5 years now. It feels like so. Like this match was great, but at the end of the day, they just protected Jade because they know Rhea could give Jade that type of match. And now this is what 6 straight years Rhea Ripley's wrestling for a title or has a title going into WrestleMania.
6 or 7. This is either number 6 or number 7. It's one of the two. I saw that stat. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, but
that's
when you look at everyone in the match, though, I think Rhea gives Jade the best match out of everyone that was in the Elimination Chamber. I really do. I think she's the best matchup for Jade.
Yeah, and it protects Jade a lot more. But I mean, you got a hot hand in Raquel. Alexa could run it, and then you could get the Alexa Charlotte story like that. There's a lot that you could do over on SmackDown to make it better. But you bring in Rhea, like what Stampede said, break glass in case of emergency. There was no emergency on this one. There was zero emergency on this one. Like I said, you could have had Raquel go over there. You could have had Alexa go over there, do her thing. You could have had Asuka. This was not a break glass in case of emergency. This was Triple H just favoring his favorite toy.
Okay. That's fair, I guess. Again, I think she was the best option out of all of them, but that's just my opinion.
No,
moving
I agree
on.
with that. I do agree with that. No, go ahead. You're good.
And that's a good point. It is about ticket sales too. And Rhea's you're probably your number one draw in the women's division in WWE. So there is a good point about that, as Lady Alpha mentions. Speaking of draws, you have Becky Lynch defending the Intercontinental title against AJ Lee. And in her first singles match in a decade or more, AJ Lee wins the women's Intercontinental Championship, if I can learn how to talk, with a little bit of controversy. Jessica Carr, allows Becky to hit the corner with the exposed metal. AJ Lee gets the 1, 2, 3, or gets the submission. And new Intercontinental Champion AJ Lee. What'd you think?
Listen, Jessica Carr 0-6, counting Becky 1, 2, 3 every time. All right, Becky is 0-6 with Jessica Carr as referee. All right, at some point, Becky needs to protest this referee.
She has. She actually sent a letter through her attorneys to Adam Pearce.
Yeah, but I got blocked.
Saying Jessica Carr should be suspended.
I got blocked for that. Yeah, he said Adam Pearce said love somebody. I was like, how the hell are you gonna post this if you can't even love Becky Lynch and you keep letting a quack ass ref freaking counter 1, 2, 3 every time, So he blocked me on that. But whatever, it's all good in the hood. At least he didn't pull.
It's interesting though that it's interesting that both you and Becky Lynch seem to speed past the fact that she's the one that exposed that turnbuckle. I'm just saying. She's blaming it on all that, on Jessica Carr. The referee
went back. Yeah, but the referee went back and put it back on and just dropped it and walked away. Like, all right, your job is
because she had to get back to the match.
Her job is
her job is to keep up with the match, not necessarily fix it. Look, if you watch LFG, they told all those rookies, all those kids on LFG, you have to be able to adapt when something goes wrong in the ring, even if you're the one that caused the something that goes wrong. It's not Jessica Carr's job to fix the turnbuckle pad.
Kylix. Why do I know that name?
Because that is her wrestling name, Jessica Carr.
That's what I thought. Evolve, right?
Yeah. He wrestles
Okay,
with a
I thought
mask
so.
under. It's technically Calyx.
That's what I thought. Calyx.
Yeah, which oddly enough is also like Sol Ruka's real name. So if you see
It's
Sol
awesome.
Ruka's like TikTok, her name is Calyx Harmony on there. So it's very weird. So yes, that is what Jessica Carr wrestles as on Evolve. Nevertheless, we do have a new IC champion, AJ Lee, and I guess we'll get to it when we get to Raw about her calling everybody out. Are you excited for AJ Lee's reign, regardless of how she got it?
No.
All right, then. There you go. Quick and easy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. 10 years being in the ring. You're not going to wrestle all the time. You're not going to be one of those fighting champions like Mello is or anything like that. So, like that whole promo kind of hit deaf ears for me on Monday. Yeah.
Okay. Fair. And look, I mean, you can't argue with the fact that she hasn't wrestled in 10 years or more, at least on WWE.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. So, and on the other side of WWE's brand new power couple, CM Punk defends and defeats Finn Balor of the Judgment Day with no help, no shenanigans, no anything. And CM Punk retains. I think we all kind of knew that was going to happen, so I don't know that was really going to be the question of whether it was the right call or not. But I heard you say it was a great match. Tell me what you thought.
I liked it. Look, this Finn Balor looked good. It definitely reminded me of a little bit of NXT Balor, not New Japan Balor. But no, it looked good. It was a good match. These two guys went in all in on each other, and I like the respect at the end. Like the handshake and stuff. That was nice at the end. Phil
and I think that may be the breaking point of Judgment Day.
Well, no, I think there's a new. I don't know. I think the curse is gonna travel into breaking that. That's what's gonna be the breaking point of the Judgment Day.
Could be, but they have been focused a lot on Finn and how he has treated CM Punk about trying to do it the right way, trying to do it the old Finn way, and then him not allowing Dom to get help, which we'll talk about here in a minute. I think that is all going to be the catalyst of them kind of finally breaking up the Judgment Day after 27 years of teasing it. So, and last but not least, we have the men's elimination chamber. I talked about no shenanigans, no interference in the Finn Balor and CM Punk match. Well, we saved it all for the main event because this had every bit of shenanigans and interference and everything else that you could think of. And ultimately, Randy Orton pulls the trigger, doesn't hesitate to take advantage of a situation like he has done in the past with Cody Rhodes, and is your Elimination Chamber winner and goes on to WrestleMania to face somebody. We'll start with the winner first, and then we'll kind of work our way backwards. Do you like Randy Orton getting the win? Or are you excited about Randy Orton facing somebody at WrestleMania?
All right. So if the rumors are true, and this comes from listening to what's his name, Fightful, and them,
Sean Ross.
Yes, I have to do that for point taking and shit. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, if the rumors are true and what he says is true, then it's gonna be Randy's putting that on the line, his WrestleMania spot on the line in a triple threat match sometime before April. And it's going to be against Cody and Fatu, Jacob. And Jacob's going to win, right? So and then it will lead to Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania. But I hope that's not true, okay? Because I would like to see Randy versus Drew, because this actually sets up, Randy potentially winning. What is it, 14? This would be 14 for him, right?
It'd be 15. I think he's at 14 now. it would be 15.
Either way, still setting it up that he has to win 3 more just to get to Cena, to pass Cena, or no, tie Cena. So he needs 4 more to beat Cena. So that would be nice.
Yeah,
Fatal
so
4-way wouldn't be bad.
and we'll go on and talk about the elephant in the room. We all thought when this match ended, we were going to get Orton and Drew. And like you mentioned, they're talking about other things, and they actually announced on the post show for WWE that Cody Rhodes is actually going to face Drew McIntyre for the title this coming Friday night, aka tomorrow night. So there's a lot of different ways they can make it. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody versus Randy because it's a match I've wanted to see since he's come back, and we haven't yet. But I also want to see Randy versus Drew. So I don't know that I want to see a triple threat or a 4-way or anything like that. If they make it that's fine as long as they do it right. I would much rather see that 1-on-1 with either Randy or Drew or Randy or Cody though.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
But we can't go without explaining why we are getting this match tomorrow night. After Logan Paul was eliminated, first he eliminated the first 3 people. Being Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and LA Knight.
Yeah, great showing.
Pretty much eliminated half the field, and then all of a sudden they're in the ring, and a masked man comes out, and security takes care of him. Good job, security. Then we get another masked man. Security takes that one out as well. So security doing their job, getting rid of 2 masked men. All the while, the real masked man comes in, stomps Logan Paul. Turns out to be Seth freaking Rollins, the official return, the official unveiling of the masked man to be Seth Rollins. Were you surprised they actually revealed it tonight on Elimination Chamber? Do you think they would have tried to play it out a little bit further, closer to WrestleMania?
I think they got bored with it. You know, Bronson's out, Braun's out, so they got bored with it. Now they could just run with it as, okay, he eliminated it. He hurt Paul on Monday night. We all saw that. Paul had to go somewhere, which I hated that segment completely. But yeah, no. Hey, thank you for the follow. Wow, we really are getting a good bit of follows tonight. No, this was, look, they had to pull the trigger because when are they going to pull the trigger next? You know, you got Bronson out until freaking Survivor Series. And, you know, Breaker is out until potentially Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I mean, and then the question becomes, now that they've revealed it, Seth Rollins, who does he face? Do we get him and Logan Paul? Do we get him and Austin Theory? Does anybody really care about either of those matches?
No, I don't.
I mean, do they try to wrap everything in and make the Brock Lesnar thing and then try to make it Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins? You know, maybe Paul calls in a favor. I don't see where we go from here till we get to WrestleMania, especially with Braun and Bronson not going to be back. So I don't know that they benefited themselves by making this reveal now. You could have done this and made the reveal at WrestleMania or something. You could have let the Vision go for the tag team titles against the Usos, and that would have been a decent match, and then have the Masked Man come in, do the same thing, cost them the tag team titles, and then reveal it to be Seth Rollins and go from there. I don't see where you go as far as a WrestleMania match doing this the way you did it. So I don't know, man. I was very conflicted about him coming out and the way they did it. I thought it was exciting, but I don't know where you go from here.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was your overall grade for Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, so because I got to see the night before New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning, I really didn't care for this show too much. Yeah, like it was just look. No. Look, and this is gonna get a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh my god!" Look, the whole Danhausen shit became a what was that? That gobbledygooper. It looked like that to me, and that's what killed the show.
I don't know that killed the show. It didn't help. So, and this is what I'll say about this, because we'll talk about Danhausen in a minute, because he was very heavily involved in part of Raw that we will definitely talk about here in a minute. I don't think they did him any favors by debuting him that way. I am a huge Danhausen fan because, as everybody that watches this show knows, I love comedy wrestling. I'm a huge Santino fan. I love Mr. Iguana. Every bit of it. Chelsea Green. I love the comedy acts because it's something different. I don't think they did him any favors with the whole crate, building it up for 3 weeks or a month or however long it was. This would have been perfect. And I said this on our post show, so I apologize if you watched that. So I'm kind of repeating myself. This would have been perfect at like number 14 of the Royal Rumble. It would have been the perfect entrance for Danhausen. It's still a surprise. It would have been a pop. It doesn't
13.
affect anything major. 13 is perfect too. I just picked a random number. 13 would have made even more sense. It was out of place. It eliminated, because Elimination Chamber is supposed to be that hard hitting, gritty part of what we want to watch. It's not it's not really the place for the comedic stuff. That's not what I wanted at Elimination Chamber, and that's completely on me. But again, this would have been perfect in the Royal Rumble.
See, my problem is Stampede saw the show, and it's on his and I don't want to get too much into it because I want to talk about it after Stampede talks about some of it, because you don't have the David Finlay shit in there, and that was a great match. I don't know how you don't like that match. How the hell you don't like David Finlay versus Fred Rosser? It was a great match. But yeah, no, it's just that's the reason why this show kind of like fell flat to me. It's because I was still riding off the high from that night before. Yeah, like, oh my God, that show was just badass. Plus, I got to see Athena versus Siri and Yota Ushi versus freaking Andrade. Then you got Gates of Agony versus the Knockout Brothers. The list goes on this. And like, it was just a straight up, it stole the damn weekend for me. That was the problem. You know, let's say this, for instance, let's say Stardom. It's on the same weekend as, I believe the same weekend as WrestleMania, right? There's a good chance that Stardom's going to steal the weekend, WrestleMania weekend, you know, and people are going to go in and be like, yeah, I don't like this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I get that. Again, the way we feel about wrestling is very heavily influenced by how we feel at the time. And like you said, you coming off of New Japan, you enjoyed that a lot. And then seeing what you saw in Elimination Chamber. So it makes what I would think would be maybe a C plus event, which I thought Elimination Chamber was, C plus, maybe a B, and turns it into a C minus, maybe lower. And I get that.
I'm doing a promo. I get it. And Gabe, that's a real guy. I just looked him up. That's first time chatter in here. I've never seen him before. And that's funny.
Gabe?
Never seen him I've never seen you in here before. So thank you for being in here. I had to look you up to see if you're real. Yeah. Yeah, that one's cool. I like that. But
I don't know if that says more about you, Gabe, or if it says more about us thinking that if we see somebody new, we think they're made up. I don't know who that says more about.
Well, it's because of Twitch, man. They just let bots run wild, you know. So I have to look it up to make sure, you know.
I know.
Again, yeah. But yeah. What up, Mike and Amp? What's good, Mob? How you doing, my man? Everybody go over there, hit the Mike and Ant Sports Talk. They do some crazy stuff. He says I'm a Jim Carrey clone. I love it. I love it.
Jim Carrey's a Jim Carrey clone now. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's funny as shit. That's funny. It's we need a Jim Carrey gimmick going on in wrestling. We got Jesus. We got the Michael Jackson gimmick. Pretty sure there was a Moses gimmick. Yeah.
There's been all of them.
There's been a lot. Oh man.
Right, moving on. Monday Night Raw. Oh, sorry. I did forget. We do have Wow, I just lost my whole train of thought.
Train
And the
of thought.
winner of the Elimination Chamber is the one and only King Herb, retains his crown. Unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight, but he did send his regards. So please all pay attention to King Herb.
Hear ye, the Honorable Herbert Ragsdale Esquire is approaching.
Artlist.io.
I'll keep it short and sweet today, folks. I'm happy to be here again as your champion. I love this show. I love all of you. I'm very, very humbled. Not really, but to win twice in a row and to keep the crown that I had to purchase myself. Yes, Burger King kids meal, in case you were wondering. Glasses, which my glasses are under here, so I can actually see. That's why everything looks so ridiculous. But just adds to my mystique, I feel like, you know. You might be wondering, why did I come out in a John Cena shirt? What message am I sending? The message I'm sending you is I own 2 wrestling shirts, and I wore the other one in the last video. That's it, folks. In closing, I won. I'm amazing. And you have to put up with me till WrestleMania? May God have mercy on your souls. But this is one of the greatest wrestling podcasts ever, and 2 of the best people that I know. Continue to watch and continue to plot my downfall. It may never happen. Roll Tide. And yes, bed for you, High Tide. Since I know you just said it like 3 times. All right. Roll Tide, everybody.
Hi,
Thank
freaking
you.
tide.
Thank you, King Herb. And I like how he thought that the fact that he wears his glasses under the crown glasses is the most ridiculous thing about that entire outfit. Just says a lot about everything that we do around here. Yes, you did hear right. King Herb returns. He will be king until WrestleMania. I already see somebody in the chat talking about how can they challenge. We are going to be putting together a panel of contenders. It's because it's WrestleMania, man. We got to do it big.
Hold on.
Got to be big.
Hold on. I want to throw out a
Before you say
challenge.
Before you say anything, should this be discussed behind the scenes first?
You never discuss it with me. You just throw people on. This is about point taken.
That's
I want to
fair.
throw number 1 contenders to them. I'll
Okay.
talk to them later, see if they can do it.
So then, and again, this is why I say, do you want to discuss it? Because when I throw something out at you, at least it's planned, and I'm not thinking of it right then and there on the spot.
Oh, no, they'll do it. No, they'll do it for sure. I know Mob would do it, and
Well, Mob's
what's
the
it,
one asking,
Stampede?
so
I don't know. Is that Ant? I mean, maybe Ant.
maybe yeah, that's fair. I assumed it was Mike. So
No, he was good. If they're blue, I believe they're good.
stay
Yeah, I
tuned
think he was
for
good 'cause he was
future.
blue, Stampede.
Stay tuned for how you can be a part of our WrestleMania panel coming up. Whether you're on Point Taken, whether you're on Good Morning IWC, whether you're not on any of these shows at all and you want to be part of it, just let us know. We will be putting a panel together, some of which we already have talked about, some of which we have not, some of which I've already spoken to those people, and we'll get to it. So stay tuned.
Oh, man, that's funny.
All right, on to Monday Night Raw.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not
Grande Americano versus.
Oh,
Another
okay. So yeah,
Americano.
my bad. Yes, it was Rayo against Grande Americano. Sorry, I read the bottom and I was like, wait, that's not Bronson Reed.
Yeah, my bad. That's on me.
No, you're good. You're good. I pulled a Ron Burgundy, and I was just going to read what was down there regardless. And I was like, wait a minute, don't do that. So, the OG Grande Americano gets the win over Rayo Americano. And look, it's just a decent match. It's setting up a storyline between the OG Grande Americano and my old Grande Americano, the second, I guess, or however you want to call it. Are you any more excited for this match coming up at WrestleMania than you were before this?
No, but I am more excited about Pete Dunne going to Bloodsport.
Why does this make you excited about Pete Dunne? I don't see Pete Dunne anywhere.
Oh, my bad. Rayo going to Bloodsport.
Now that would be interesting.
Wait, you gotta be at 6.25. How come it's all blurry there? It's not blurry here.
I don't know. Something's going on. Just keep pushing through. All right. We also had Gunther versus Dragon Lee. And I love how I did not notice that when I went through the slides the first time. That's funny as shit. Gunther wins with the sleeper as he pulls off Dragon Lee's mask. But in the spirit of Lucha Libre, we have covered Dragon Lee's face with the run-in logo. I did not notice that. That was pretty damn funny.
That was funny.
I guess once you can breathe again, what'd you think of the match?
It was a great match. All right. Yeah. These two know how to go in the ring. Dragon Lee is one of my favorite luchadors out there. And no, I did not want to get in trouble like Sean Ross Sapp did and have to call everybody a moron for coming at my throat, in some type of way, because I felt like he attacked me or something when you were telling the truth. So I put the run-in logo over his face. And by the way, folks, I understand why you guys were mad. Okay. He had to pause it, or his people had to pause it at that location. Okay. Because when you watch that sleeper and he pulls it off, it was like immediately he turned him over and the referee's already in his face. Like, yo.
It's a split second. I mean, to get that perfect shot is impressive.
Yeah.
And not to mention his face underneath it anyway, so you really don't see a whole lot regardless. So I think a lot of people are making a big deal out of nothing.
The way he freeze framed it, if I took that off, you can see his whole face.
Oh, the one I saw, it looked like he had his face was like painted or something.
Well, there was some paint coming down, like it was like baseball, like the paint. It was coming down like that. But other than that, you can see his face, And I was like, damn. I understand, but no DQ had that shit zoomed in on his face. So where's their hate?
Because they're not as big as Sean. They're not as big as Fightful, so nobody goes after them. Let's be honest. They try to go after Sean Ross and Fightful because they know they're going to get clout for it. That's all it is.
I call it as it sees it. I don't care for Sean Ross. I'll tell him to his face if he can look at me.
I mean, Sean, if you ever want to come on the show, you're more than welcome.
I'm going to get him on Point Taken. I'm going to get him on Point Taken one day. So Stampede and Carlos can dog walk his ass.
And that's the point right there, Stampede. WWE signed off on it. They're the camera people that showed it. I mean, so it is.
No, I get it. I get why they're pissed. It's just.
I don't. I mean, it is what it is.
And no, that's what I'm saying. It's unintelligence. You got to be mad at somebody for somewhere. I even put Mob up there. Mob would dog walk his ass on Point Taken.
Not me, though.
I don't know about that. Brains would kill him. Brains would end him. I would literally be like, finish him. Brains would be like, nah, it's too easy.
All right. And the moment everybody's been waiting for, the Intercontinental Championship match. We have a new Intercontinental Champion. Just moments after Dom is cursed by Danhausen, he goes out, loses to Penta, and Penta is your new champion. So I will give you this time to say whatever words you need to say. If you need to lay on a couch, like this is a therapy session, by all means. But as of right now, the floor is yours, sir.
Pepe's doing everything I need to do. I want to throw up talking about this. All right. First off, I'm dead. I'm sad. Okay. I'm just sad. Pepe is he's showing my sadness. So we can move on now.
Oh goodness. And so the segment before this is what I'm going to focus on. Because again, it was a good match. Congratulations to
It
Penta
was.
in all seriousness. Well deserved
Yeah.
from Penta. This has been coming for a while. All jokes aside.
Yep.
The segment on Monday night is why you signed Danhausen. That segment was hilarious. What you did to him on Saturday night is how you screw Danhausen up. But what you did on Monday night is how you save it and show everybody this is why we signed. This is why we signed this guy.
Yeah.
This is the comedy gold we wanted. So thank God that happened. We can all forget about the debacle that was the debut. And I've read rumors that this is how they want to use Danhausen like going forward, which I'm kind of okay with. I want to see the dude wrestle because I know he can wrestle as well. But if this is how you're going to use Danhausen just to curse people and have them go out and lose their match and then it just kind of spirals them, I'm here for that. Give me every bit of that.
So you want a lot more depressed Pepe. Got it.
Not necessarily against Dom. Look, this will be, in the long run, this will be good for Dom. You learn more from a loss than you do from a win. That's what Mr. Mysterio needs to figure out. And he will come out a stronger man for it.
After that,
I didn't. What did he say?
He called Dom a fake Mexican, a fake son, a fake something else. This shit had me rolling though. I was like, God damn.
Oh goodness. Anything else from Monday Night Raw stand out to you?
No.
So the only thing I'll point out is next week we are getting what I hope is going to be a great match between Rusev and Obafemi. I enjoyed that segment. I enjoyed that promo. This is the most excited I've been about Rusev since he re-debuted, and it quickly went south. And I'm afraid it may do it again because hopefully Oba just doesn't not necessarily squashes him. Hopefully it's a good match, but hopefully Oba goes over. So I am excited about that match coming up on Monday.
Oba.
All right, moving on to Tuesday in NXT, leading to Vengeance Day. And that is 100% right, Chris. Big meaty men slapping meat.
Big meaty man.
So just for you, Mike.
Oh,
goodness. What's that?
Glitch is not a thing no more, folks. We found that out the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah. Pay no attention to that part.
Yeah. Do not pay attention to the power up with Glitch energy.
Kicking off Tuesday night, we had a 6-man tag. The Belly Boys and Shiloh Hill against the Vanity Project. And the Belly Boys and Shiloh pick up the win. What'd you think?
I heard Esteban. Yeah, EC, I'm calling you out. I heard you. You were like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard you on freaking TV. All right, I know your voice. 30 years. And I know your voice. All right. No, I'm playing. First off, EC, I know you were there. Hope you had fun. I know you're over in TNA, so get some good pictures over there in Atlanta. And don't let Atlanta Black. Don't let her down. Either way, I put this match in here because who wants to talk about the speed?
Yeah, no,
Ricky Saints concert.
Well, no, I want to talk about speed. Ren Sinclair won. What are you talking about?
That's true. She did win. I forgot about that.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah,
I like it.
Leave me alone.
I mean, this was okay though. I like Shiloh Hill. He's growing on me every week. I know I've said I didn't like him a whole lot at the beginning. I will 100% admit that his character is growing on me more and more. So shout out to
He
him.
reminds me of
I'm
Juice
still
Robinson.
not.
That's why.
I'm still not in with the Belly Boys. Look, I know I'm a fellow big guy, but I can't get behind them. Can't do it. But it's against the Vanity Project, and I hate the Vanity Project. So there you go.
I barely celebrate Sped Day.
Next
That's
up,
why
we
I
had a
don't remember that match.
celebration. Don't remember what match. What are you talking about?
Nick
I see what you're talking about.
Nikita Leon.
Yeah, you mean just Lions? I'm
Oh,
not sure why you're
whatever,
making her a
Ninja
lot any more
Lions.
fancy than she has to be.
She claims to be. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Miles Bourne comes out to
Shiloh.
celebrate his North American title win. And we get an impromptu matchup in their dress clothes. Ethan Page versus Miles Bourne for the North American title in their dress pants. And Miles retains after hitting him with a shoe. Personally, I'll start off on this one. I loved every bit of this. I loved it was different that we just said, you know what, screw it. We're going to start it in our dress clothes. It's different than anything that they're doing right now because it's always, well, we'll make this the main event. Come back in 2 hours and fight again.
Exactly.
Let's show a little bit of urgency and let them fight right now because they want to fight right now. Not later, not next week. Go ahead.
My thing was when he hit him with the shoe, the only thing that went through my head was Austin Powers going, honestly, who throws a fucking shoe? You know? And I was like, oh, God damn it. All right, why would you hit him with a shoe? You know, like, come on. Hit him with the belt. Or hit him with the
I'm not going to lie. I thought about Tony Storm saying, watch out for the shoe.
Watch out for the shoe. Yeah, that too. But no, this helped fuel the fire to Ethan Page potentially going to the main roster.
Yeah. But either way, the whole segment was fire. This was probably the best segment of all of NXT for me. As much as I love Ren Sinclair, and I'm glad she beat Nikita Lyons to go to the Speed Finals, which Tuesday, Ren Sinclair, Thea Hale for a chance at the Speed title. Make sure you're watching that. I think that's going to be a decent match. And start watching the matches, Charles. You know what I'm talking about.
I won't root for anyone who went to here.
Oh, goodness. And in the main event of NXT, Zarya goes up against JC Jane, and it's ruined by Sol Ruka when she comes out, double Soul Snatcher, ending the match in a no contest. What'd you think of that main event?
Ruined. All right, it was ruined. Terrible. Honestly, I liked the match. I just didn't like how they that's what killed it for me. It was going to be a 7.5 for me, but it got knocked down to a 6 easy because of this whole, let me go double soul snatch everybody, and then hold the title in my head like, I'm the one. I hope Zarya wins now.
I mean, I could see that happening because they're wanting to bring JC and Soul up to the main roster, so
I know
it's possible. Now, overall, it was a decent episode of NXT. Like I said, best part of it was Miles Bourne and Ethan Page.
Yep.
This match was okay. Nothing to write home. We basically set everything up for Vengeance Day, which leads us to our predictions for the week. I am putting my NXT title on the line against
finally
Sped.
Feels like forever.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about it. Talk to NXT.
Ever.
They're the ones that never have damn shows.
I know. It's like, good God, it feels like he held on to that as much. Like, you're going Jay Cargill over here. 700 days as champion, 4 defenses. You know, like, Jesus.
I'm trying.
I know. I'm messing around, though, you know. But still, it feels like ever since we.
I'm trying to go full Goldberg. I've said I've defended it 12 times off air. So
I know.
I'm actually like 75-0 with this title now. So I'm going full Goldberg.
I know, dude. That shit's hilarious. Good God. I had to get that out there, folks. I had to let you guys know that Sped has been sitting on this for a while. I've been waiting to freaking go after this fucking title for a minute. It feels like I haven't went for this damn title since like June of last year. Okay? He's Bill Big Mike Berg. Okay? That's his name for now on. Big Bill Mike Berg. God damn it.
But you see on the
great.
screen, it's not just Sped going for it. EC, who is not here, he is representing the run-in over at TNA tonight in Atlanta at the request of Elena Black, taking some pictures there. But we do have his pick, so it is a triple threat for the title. And here we go. You got your notebook ready?
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right. Kicking it off with Tony D and Dark State with the grudge match. You got why?
Oh man, Tony D, because I like Tony D, so that's why.
Who's DC got?
Tony.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's pretty obvious it's going to be Tony D. They even alluded to it during his promo that this is step one of his return, and once he beats Lennox, it's definitely on to phase two of his return. You know, and it'd be weird for him to talk all that trash about phase one and phase two. This ends phase one, and then he goes out and loses. That would just be weird. So definitely think Tony D takes it and moves on to step two, I guess.
Though.
Yeah, it would be, I guess.
That would be a WWE thing.
Yeah, it's possible. Next up, another grudge match. Jada Parker, Blake Monroe in a street fight as announced on Tuesday. I'll start on this one, and I think Blake Monroe takes it, man. I just making it a street fight. I think she taps into that dark side of the character that she's teased a few times. And as much as I hate it for Jada Parker, I think she just runs into that buzzsaw. We see the real Blake Monroe that we've wanted to see a lot and have only gotten glimpses of since she's come to NXT. I think we see not full on AEW Mariah May, but somewhere in the middle, maybe Mariah Monroe ish, I guess, maybe somewhere in some kind of happy medium between them. But yeah, I think Blake Monroe takes it. You got
Jada Parker, because this goes to stand and deliver.
Okay. What about EC?
Oh, he's got Blake. We all knew he was going to go Blake.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, next up. I guess I'll start with you on this one. I'm pretty sure I know who you're taking. Lonnie Jordan, Lola Vice.
I'm going with
the fact that you're looking around tells me who you're going for. The fact that you're looking for Tater.
Yeah, I have to look around, make sure I'm not going to get in trouble. Go for Lola Vice, everybody.
Go ahead and go with EC's pick.
He's going Lola.
Oh shit! All right, this is where I'm probably going to get messed up. I'm going Kalani on this one. I think this is going to be Kalani's Kalani's coming out party. You know, they've made such a big deal about this being Lola's match. You know, they had the whole Shayna Baszler thing on Tuesday, talking about she's no joke. She's beaten me in Underground. So I think this is where Kalani Jordan takes the next step and actually gets the victory.
Yeah. I just like Lola.
Plus you've got Lola's injury. I think she gets injured and then spends some time down in Mexico rehabbing that injury in AAA, so to speak. Exactly. All right. And for the Women's North American Championship match, Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley. A foregone conclusion. Who does EC have? And why is it Tatum Paxley?
I'm going Tater as well. Yeah,
Yeah, round it out. We'll make it a full dish of tater tots. Everybody's going Tatum Paxley. I don't think there's any way they let Izzy take it. There's
Yeah.
no way they let Izzy take this. It's a new day for Tatum Paxley and a new version of her coming out as her final form character kind of thing. No longer needing the dolls. Great promo by them on Tuesday. So, and there is one person that picks Izzy Dame. Appreciate you, Aaron, coming in. Being the only one. Somebody's got to save the graphic, I guess. So I guess we'll put this up there if Izzy wins. If you watch college football, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Oh.
And finally, Joe Hendry, Ricky Saints, in a match that probably hurts Sped's heart. I'm gonna go Joe Hendry. I don't think they're gonna change it over. I've never been impressed with Ricky Saints. I know you guys hate Joe Hendry, and that's fine. But yeah, I believe in Joe Hendry. Who you got?
I got the referee. No, I'm going to round it out.
So you're not gonna make a pick?
Everybody's gonna go Joe Hendry because that's what AC's going, and I flipped a coin, and the coin landed upside down, like not upside, sideways, like upright, right? So I kicked it, and then I threw a ball, and I threw two balls, right? One I had a J on it, the other one I had an R on it, and I threw them both, and the dog didn't bring back either one, right? So it tells me the referee, right? So, but I have to go Joe Hendry because I agree with you, Big Mike.
I was really hoping you were gonna do something stupid there and allow me to keep the title, but anyway.
Well, no, there's a chance. I mean, if you don't get if Kalani Jordan doesn't win and Parker doesn't win, Esteban wins it all.
So you get with him about your tiebreaker. About how long this match is going to be.
Mine's at 21:37, 21 minutes, 37 seconds. He will text me back sometime tonight about it.
Yep. And as per the new rules of the run-in, I don't have to give one because I'm the champion. All right, that's everything for Vengeance Day. So if you guys want to let us know, we'll have Lady Alpha's board. I'll post it up. She'll post it up. Make sure you pay attention there, and you'll see everybody's picks on there, and we will let you guys know who wins the NXT belts. And then last night, AEW happened for the last thing we go through. And we've got new trios champions, the Don Callis family. What'd you think?
Oh, man. Listen, the family got all the gold. The New Japan Pro Wrestling Television Championship. They got the International Championship. They got the fucking TNT Championship. They got now the Trios Championship. They have all the gold. So this was a great match. I know this was like the main event. I get it and everything. And I know the AEW started off, the World Championship started off. But I put this first because this was a great match. And I figured we could talk about how great Don Callis family is, even though we were all chanting F Don Callis. That's true. Half the roster is
as most people do.
Family.
Exactly. The biggest faction since the Aces and Eights, I guess. No, I mean it's a good match. I'm look at Kyle Fletcher being a double champ. I don't think we say that enough. He's now a double champ.
Okada's
a double champ. Yeah, there you go. I don't care about that. I'm more about Kyle Fletcher being a double champ. So there you go. And Mark Davis is a champ. Sure, that works.
Yeah,
not sure why you could. It would have been interesting if you could have thrown Takeshita in there, and then you would have had 3 double champs in the family. I know the whole Okada Takeshita feud, whatever going on, but it would have been very interesting to have 3 double champs in the Don Callis family. If you could have thrown him in there.
I think with the Moxley situation, and listen, if you didn't watch New Beginning, New Japan, go back and watch it. It's really fantastic. Look, Point Taken on Saturday said that New Japan and AEW storylines don't cross. I'm here to tell you you're wrong. Okay. because at New Beginning, we heard ELP call Takesha back and say, hey, listen, you tied with Moxley. That shit don't fly here. We get 5 more minutes type of deal. Let's get 5 more minutes. So they are intertwining. I think that's something's leading bigger for Takesha and Moxley. That's why he wasn't a part of this. Because like who said it earlier? Somebody said, oh, Carol. I think no, it wasn't Carol. I think Aaron said somebody said it earlier. The War Dogs are coming for the Don Callis family. All right. And that's the truth. You know? Tail, hand me that shirt right there.
There you go.
That one right there. The War Dogs are coming. All right. And yes, they're here. And it's gonna be led by David Finlay and this man. All right. King of Japan. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Gabe Kidd. We're gonna get it.
All right.
I should have wore that.
Should have.
All right, listen, everybody said that he should have went, but yeah.
We also had a really great AEW women's title match between Tekla and Thunder Rosa.
Oh,
Tekla ultimately getting the win with the stomp. And look, I never thought Thunder Rosa had a chance to win this. She shouldn't have won it. This is Tekla's title right now until her and Chris Statlander go out again. I like the lead up to it, how she attacked her after the match. You know, Chris Statlander comes back out. Not sure why Statlander didn't come out to the ring with her, knowing that the Sisters of Sin were going to be there. So that was a little weird, but the fact she came out to try to defend her at the end, yeah, I'm just ready for Tekla and Statlander too. What do you think?
No, I'm ready for Tekla Statlander too. This was a great match. I love Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa is one of my favorites. 2 out of 3 falls. That's gonna be nice. This was a really good match. Look, AEW's just been killing it, man, and they're still killing it. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of killing it, we had a world title match, MJF versus the Jet, and MJF gets the win. I'll let you start out on this one. What'd you think of the match?
Loved every second of it. I gave it a 9. This match. I'm sorry, I gave it an 8.87 out of 10. Sorry, it was right here in front of me. I loved every second of this match. Kevin Knight is a freaking star, and he's gonna be a big champion one day. Yeah, be it single wise, he's gonna have that TNT championship opportunities. He's gonna get another AEW championship opportunity based off what we just saw on Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday. Today's Thursday.
Yeah, it is Thursday. Yeah, no, I loved every bit of this match. I like MJF at the beginning. You know, kind of toying with him. This is called an arm drag kid and all this and that. I thought that was hilarious. Just MJF being a dick is normal. It is pretty funny. But Kevin Knight gave him a great match. And look, I mean, there's no way, again, there's zero chance Kevin Knight would have won. Especially with Hangman and all that going every. But, you know, just seeing good matches like this, it really warms my heart.
Yeah.
Just to see two people going at it and having a really good match, because you don't see that in other places a lot of times. I don't know, man. It made me feel good. I enjoyed this match. I'm a huge MJF fan. I'm starting to grow about Kevin Knight.
I like it.
Yeah, I've been okay on him. I've never liked the Jet Speed team. I like them individually. We've talked about that before on the show. Yes, thank you, Stampede, for saying it better than I was trying to. This is very much a showcase match, and he proved why he's there, proved why they signed him, and why he's a future star. So.
Yep.
Anything else on Dynamite that you want to point out?
Yeah, David Finlay, he's here. All right, we talked about it. You know, he came out and hit Shillelagh. You know, they're doing their thing, and look, it's happening. War Dogs are here, and we got it.
I know that makes
But now
Stampede
we
happy.
finally
I
get
saw
that
him mention it in the
unfinished
comments. Yeah.
Yeah, we finally get that unfinished business. Bullet Club. War Dogs Bullet Club versus Bullet Club Gold. When Jay White comes back, we might get it finally.
Yeah, definitely a lot of interesting matchups with David Fielding coming up. Very disgusted with the fact that FTR is probably going to lose the tag team. It was a very weird segment with FTR, not just the backstage with the Young Bucks, but the whole thing with Ciampa. I don't know if they were playing into Ciampa getting a tag team partner soon. I heard you mention Gargano's contract is up in the next couple months, so I don't know if they're playing into that in the future, maybe. But it was a very weird segment with Ciampa and FTR.
Could they go as DIY still?
Probably. I mean, FTR was FTR.
Yeah, but you can always say that means something else. It was free the I can't remember what it was.
Or for the revival or for the revolution.
Yeah, free the revival. That's what it was. Free the revival.
Yeah.
Ciampa and the Butcher.
Delayed breadcrumbs for something. Yeah. That's kind of how I saw it too. And that's what I'm saying. I know I heard you guys talk about Gargano being up in a couple months. Could be leading to that, since obviously Gargano is literally not doing anything in WWE right now, in every shape, form, and fashion. So, all right. So that is everything for the week in wrestling there for each of the shows. That brings us to everybody's favorite segment, Stampede's World of Wrestling, as he takes us around the globe with his top matches and performers of the week.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Stampede here with your top 5 wrestling matches from around the world last week, your men's, women's, and tag team wrestlers of the week, and a little preview of coming attractions. So, kicking things off, in the number 5th spot, we had the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television title match between El Phantasmo, the defending champion, taking on Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita, after the time limit ran through and the match was initially declared a draw, they did 5 more minutes at El Phantasmo's request. Bad decision, because Takeshita did in fact walk out with that title through those extra 5 minutes. Number 4, the Knockout Brothers, consisting of Oscar and Yuto Ice, defended their IWGP tag team titles against the Gates of Agony from AEW. Great back and forth match. Knockout Brothers, far and away the tag team of the year so far, and they did successfully defend their titles. Coming in at number 3, over from AEW, the Mile High Madness Anything Goes 10-man tag team match. Very aptly described, this match, because anything did go in this one, and it was complete madness in the best possible way. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Just absolute chaos in the best possible way. Coming in at number 2, the IWGP Women's title match. Siri put her title on the line against Athena from AEW/Ring of Honor. Siri was successful in this defense, but this is going to be one of the best women matches of 2026. And number 1, Yota Tsuji defended his IWGP Global Heavyweight title against Andrade El Idolo in the main event, and this very much deserved the main event. Yota Tsuji did retain, so he still is a double champion over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He holds the Global Heavyweight title and also the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That being said, your men's wrestler of the week was Yota Tsuji. Due to that defense, your women's wrestler of the week was Siri for defending her IWGP Women's title, and your tag team of the week, Knockout Brothers. Like I said, easily far and away the tag team of the year in 2026. Amazing run for them so far. Hopefully they keep that up. Some coming attractions. This Friday, Eve kicks off a huge weekend with Women Behaving Badly. That'll be this Friday. Marquee match on that one is Mayu Yamashita versus Jamie Hayter from AEW. Friday Night SmackDown. Everybody's talking about this one. The undisputed WWE title match. Drew McIntyre defends against Cody Rhodes. This Saturday, we have NXT Vengeance Day. Tony D versus Dion Lennox. We have an Underground Rules match. Lola Vice versus Kalani Jordan. Street fight with Blake Monroe and Jada Parker. The North American title match, Izzy Dame will defend against Tatum Paxley. The WWE NXT title match, Joe Hendry will defend against Ricky Starks. And Wrestle Kingdom, or Queendom 8. This is the Eve pay-per-view that is taking place at the Indigo at the O2. Huge show for this promotion. It's produced by Will Ospreay. Some of the marquee matches on this one: Chris Statlander will defend her international title against Charlie, formerly known as Dakota Kai. The aforementioned Siri will defend her New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong women's title against Alex Windsor. Amira will face Harley Cameron. Willow Nightingale will be in action as she faces Nia Samuels. Azumi from Stardom will take on Sapphire Reed. That is just some of the action that you're going to see on this card. If you love women's wrestling, watch this show. You will be glad that you did. That's all for me for this week. And now back to Mike, and now back to Spad.
Thank you so much, Stampede. I appreciate your segment every week. Everybody loves it. Make sure you check out the matches that he talked about, the Queendom over, and then Vengeance Day that we talked about, and everything else. Great job. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it as always. On to one of two of our Twitter posts of the week. What is the biggest what if in wrestling history? If you could change one thing that would change wrestling the most, what would that be?
Oh, shit. Honestly, there's so many, and I can't even think of just one. Now you got like 7 of them in my head. I can't tell which one's my favorite.
So while you're thinking, I will say a huge shout out to King Herb, who sent this to me in a text. So it was his idea to kind of bring this in there. He sent me a little TikTok video, which brought it up. So thank you, Herb. I appreciate you sending this to us to give us a great segment here and let everybody know what they think.
What if WCW was never bought out by Vinnie Mac?
Yeah, I mean, that's one. Let's see. What if Sting faced The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Is Aaron's biggest what if? What if
That's
some
a big one
child
right there. What
didn't
if
get the injury? That's a
Isaiah?
huge one. I didn't even think about that one, which is weird because that's one of the defining moments in wrestling for me personally, because I was watching that night and that's what made me turn off WCW and turn on to WWF at the time. And that's kind of what made me just be kind of done with WCW at that point. So that's a very good one. What if Sting joined the WWF Attitude Era? So my biggest one, and then I'll let you get to yours. And this one's just the biggest is from a historical standpoint, what would wrestling be today? Is what if Hogan never left? We talk about Punk, we talk about all these other people, we talked about Cody. Those are all big things if those people had never left. But think about if Hogan had never left. I don't think WCW ever really becomes a big deal. Because him, the Outsiders, and the NWO is what really turned them around and made them huge competition for the WWF. And if Hogan never leaves, I don't think that ever comes to fruition. So that's my biggest personal what if, because I think wrestling would look completely different from that point forward, is what if Hogan had never left the WWF?
Yeah, no, I get that. What if Owen never fell?
I mean, that's true. Would we still see? I think that would change some things. I don't think that would change the overall art of wrestling. I think we would look at Bret Hart completely differently.
No,
if
we
I'm being
wouldn't. He'd
honest.
still get kicked in the face by Bill Goldberg, and he'd still be bitching about it.
I think if Owen Hart ever falls, I think we end up seeing Owen Hart like we see Bret Hart, and we see Bret Hart like we see somebody else. I mean, anybody else. So, but that's definitely an interesting one. What if the AWA were able to keep Hogan and he never goes to the WWF? That's a good one too. What if Bray Wyatt were still alive? That's a good one. I don't think there would be a Wyatt 6 if Bray Wyatt were still alive. I think it would still be just the Wyatt family there. I don't think half of those people would be in the group. I think it would look completely different.
I don't think he would have had it called the Wyatt family because out of respect for Brody.
Possibly.
Speaking of which, we're not going to be talking about it. Did anybody see Joey Janela versus he's got a match against Brody King's son at spring break?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's going to be funny. A 14-year-old versus a grown-ass man.
It should be fun, though. Joe Janela will make it fun.
Yeah, he will. All
right.
He power drives the kid, too. He power drives the kid. That was hilarious.
Yeah. And our second Twitter post of the night. If you were to erase one family from history, which one would you take off to have the biggest impact in wrestling?
This one's tough. But I would probably have to. I'm probably going to go with the 150 Samoans out there. I'm going to have to go with the Ananali family.
That would have the biggest impact?
Yeah, you lose guys like Rock, Roman, you lose guys like the Usos, who are arguably one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest tag team in WWE history. You lose a guy like Jacob Fatu and his brother Zilla, who's phenomenal as well. You lose the Tongas. You'll lose freaking the 20-foot tall Tonga that they have, which I thought Oscar was a tall man. No. Tala Tonga is a tall man. Oscar just needs that German needs a suntan. Love the guy though. I don't know. I like the Hearts way too much to get rid of them. But yeah, you get rid of the Ananali family, you get rid of a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, the obvious answer is the McMahon family for a lot of the reasons we just talked about. That would have the biggest impact.
It would. It would have the biggest impact. You're right.
Oddly enough, I see Kicking Out at Two's comment. I actually believe the smallest impact would be the Hart family.
Or the Rhodes. Really, honestly, it'd probably be the Rhodes.
Well, if you get rid of the Rhodes family, do we ever get AEW? Because I know it's debatable, but he was a huge part in making that happen.
Yeah, he was a huge part, and I don't think we were going to get it if he didn't have that now. But
and that's the main reason I say the Hart family would have the least amount of impact. One, because you have 750 NOI family. The McMahons changed wrestling multiple times in history. The Guerrero family, Lucha Libre is tied in with the Guerrero family, so you can't get rid of them. The Rhodes family, you don't have AEW. So that's no knock on the Harts. I just think they had the least amount of impact on a global scale for wrestling.
There's still Gabriero's still wrestling, and he's in New Japan.
Yeah.
Hey, Stampede, how did Great O'Khan do last week or this past week? I saw that he had a match. Have you seen that guy, Great O'Khan?
While Stampede answers that, we will move on to the run-in matchmaker. And in honor of Vengeance Day, we have former NXT champions. Take it away.
Pepe said, all right, look, You got Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov versus Nathan Frazier. Yes, Nathan Frazier's in this. And Bishop Dreyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin. I put 4 top-tier Vengeance Day people who have really good matches on Vengeance Day. Then I like Nathan Frazier. A lot of people are like, oh man, Nathan Frazier, where you gonna put him at? Because he's stupid fast. All right, that guy makes you look like I'm not picking. Hell no, I'm not picking goddamn Trick Millions. I'm going with the one guy who has the balls to EOD Becky Lynch. All right, I'm going with Bishop Dreyer. I'm going with Baron goddamn Corbin.
So
What?
Bishop takes the pin. Lady Alpha goes with Ilya Dragunov. And there's your answer. Great Khan lost in the first round of the New Japan Cup.
Oh shit! What about Oscar? Then he's up against God, I can't remember who he's facing in the cup now. That cup looks cool. But yeah, but Bishop, I'm going Bishop. I'm having him win this one because I like Bishop, man. This dude, he's very optimistic, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. My mouth is too dry, and I have no more ice.
I'm going to go with Ilya Dragunov as well. The dude's just crazy. We've seen him. I love Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, whatever you want to call him. I like Nathan Frazier. I like Trick Williams, but none of them are Ilya Dragunov. None of them will go to that extra crazy place in this kind of match.
Well, Bishop does. Baron does. Baron NXT Baron, like what Brains or Tori just said.
Not to the point of Ilya.
Ilya is a freaking look. Him and Trick are gonna take each other out, and Frazier's taking this pin, right? And if anything, we're gonna say, what's his name? Axiom comes in and screws over Frazier.
Okay, that's another way to do it, I guess. It's however you want to book it.
Wait. I swear to God, anytime I say Frazier, I think of that TV show. You know, back in the day.
It's pretty funny. All right, that brings us to the end of the show. This is the point where I tell you can find me at _BigMike27 on all socials. Check us out at the Run in Wrestling podcast over on YouTube. Scan that QR code right there. If you're over on Twitch, takes you to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's absolutely free. Give us a thumbs up over on YouTube as well. And if you're on YouTube, go check us out on Twitch. SP3DROCK over on Twitch. You get an extra 30 minutes of the show beforehand, behind the scenes where we talk anything and everything. Make sure you tune in there as well. Give us a follow. Give us a subscribe. If you've got Amazon Prime, it's absolutely free for you. You can just click that Prime button, get an automatic subscribe over on Twitch as well. And this is how I'll turn it over to Sped for the final word.
Listen, tune in Saturday, 3 o'clock, point taken, Stampede, Mob Miz, Carlos, who's the champion right now, will be taking on FTCs from Cheap Seats, Chris. He will be on the show for the second week in a row. He did great last week. He just didn't bring the fire like the other guys. Look, we're real close to partner on Twitch. I believe this episode puts us at 1 more month of getting to 6. Getting 6 more 75 plus views, and we're at partner. So we can't do this without you guys. So thank you for doing this. And remember, March 25th, we're coming up here soon. Opening day, actually, will be the very first episode. If you guys miss the whole the Best Damn Sports Show period, come check us out on the Whole Damn Mess. All right, it's going to be TC and myself. Stampede is going to be on the first episode because Stampede and I got something to talk about. We were debating this shit in the DMs, and now we're going to get it on live. But yeah, no, join in there. That's going to be like a 6 o'clock show on Eastern time. And also join in every Sunday, 10 a.m. for Good Morning IWC, where Mob Miz and I kick off your wrestling week in different ways. Red Sox Nation, go away. It's all about the Bravos. All right, we chop up in this bitch. Meanwhile, you know, this guy over here is a St. Louis fan. Yeah. But hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Much love.